Well, sometimes you got to turn a bad situation into a you. I mean, I think for me personally, I got to focus on what I do got. I can't focus on what I don't got. I've spent 2 years trying to get other nice, nicer companies, and I spent so many times getting rejected. So let's just be honest, and let me be honest with people and honest with everybody out there. All I have is the foreign companies. That's all I have. I don't got no option to go nowhere else. Okay, I've been applying. I don't got no option to go nowhere else. But you know what I mean. So I gotta take what I can get. Real talk, real talk. That's I should, because I've left decent companies. Well, the best I was gonna get. Well, you don't have a lot of options. It's the best you're gonna get. I'm gonna recommend two companies too, in case somebody don't got options. One company I was with, I made a lot of money. I made decent money. Money decent enough for me. I'd say good enough money. Okay, I'm at two companies I would recommend drivers to go to. Well, regardless of what you hear about these Chicago-based companies, can you make money with some of them? Yes, you can with some of them. Then remember, we have to remember, as a set of drivers out here just like me, we don't have a lot of options. So when you get somewhere and you're making decent money, you got to stay there and deal with that bullshit. I mean, where else you gonna go? Where else you could be now? I've been out here for 2 years, getting rejected especially from nice, dedicated places. I'm like, oh my God, man, fuck. If they would have hired me, my life would have been so much different. But so I went to one company. They let me go all the way there, and then they told me they weren't gonna hire me. I'm like, you sons of bitches, okay? And the trucking gods don't realize OTR is shitty. It truly is when it comes to lifestyle. When it comes to lifestyle and knowing where you're going, you don't know where you're going from one place to the next with OTR. But you know what I'm saying? But I've said that enough, so let me not say that no more. But some of our drivers, once you get into an accident and you get tickets or anything, you can work for too many companies. You can get a bad DOT inspection, companies won't hire you. You get this, you get that. So it's multiple reasons, bro. Not just accidents and tickets. Okay, I don't think people don't show that. A lot of people just start being Uber drivers and just get out. Like, man, I don't, I done been inside at least 3 truck people that had their CDL and now they drive for Uber. At least 3, especially in the Chicago. Now, I believe them. I definitely believe them. Because if you're making decent money doing Ubering, and you don't have to worry about out here getting all these fat tickets and waiting at shippers and receivers. If you making decent money good enough for you, man, I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, go do it. I ain't mad at you. Out here, it's just not about having a CDL. You got a CDL, you ain't got an option. I was so pissed off this company made me come all the way there. Then once I get there, start doing orientation with them, they said they wasn't gonna hire me. I'm like, okay. I've been. This is not my first one. I've been to at least 3 companies, and they did not hire me. But this company, you know what? I wasn't pissed the fuck off. You want to know why? Because it's another shady ass Chicago-based company. When you get there, they smack down a $300 escrow. So every time you get paid $300, I'm like, oh God. Fuck, companies act like that. I'm like, damn, shit. I was like that with Gold Coast, bro. Gold Coast, I ain't make shit with Gold Coast. Some companies are so, like, the thing about with these foreign companies, you don't know how shitty they are till you get with them. You're like, oh shit, I should have stayed with the last company. So I don't have a lot of options, man. I gotta try to make this work, man. The lady from safety said you can't get fuel after. Now this is something new I've never heard of. They said you can't get fuel after 5, and then you can only get fuel if you got hours. So I'm kind of confused. I'm like, why y'all didn't send me this shit in the email? Sometimes with these foreign companies, American companies will have that shit in black and white. These foreign companies, bro, oh my fucking God, they don't be professional and organized like American companies. I definitely would say no. They don't have shit sometimes in black and white. I'm like, what? Why y'all didn't email me this information so I have it to reference? Like, if it's something unique, if it's like a unique policy. Now this is a unique policy. You can't get fuel after 5. You can't get fuel on the weekends. I'm like, what? What type of shit is this? Man, I swear to God, what type of shit they like? Only foreign companies do shit like this, bro. Like, what type of shit? You can't get fuel on the weekends. You gotta fill up. So they told me you gotta fill up on Friday. You gotta fill up on Friday. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that sounds stupid as fuck. That sounds very stupid. Okay, all right. You can't fill up over the weekend. You may not have enough fuel. Well, you can't get no long loads over the weekend. I mean, you to me, you can't get no. I mean, it just depends. It just depends, man. I mean, going all weekend without having to fuel up. She said you got to fill up. I said, I don't know. I'm just gonna go. Okay. She said you got to manage your fuel. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, let's see how this go. I wish they would have sent me. This is my only thing about big people with unique policies and procedures. Give that to a driver in black and white. You want to know why? So he can reference it as he goes, in case he fucks up, in case he make a mistake. Because this is unique. I ain't never been with a company where you can't fuel on the weekend. What? You got to fuel up on Friday, and that's supposed to be enough fuel to last you to Monday. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, let's see how this shit go. If I don't got enough fuel, I'm gonna be sitting somewhere parked until fucking Monday. Okay, that sounds stupid. Don't that shit sound stupid? I get it, but you just can't have no long loads. I get it. You just can't have no long loads over the weekend. So I don't know how this shit goes. Ain't that a unique policy, bro? That's a unique policy like a motherfucker. You can't get. I've been with all these companies. I ain't never heard of no company say you can't get fuel over the weekend. I'm like, all right. And then you can't. She said something about you can't fuel multiple times a day. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. Now, this is the only negative about fueling multiple times a day. You may drive into an area that got cheap fuel, but you may need a little bit of fuel to get there. So, they're a big carrier, so they may be getting 75 cents. They only use Pilot. So Pilot alone may just be giving them 75 cents off the gallon. Because they got a lot of trucks. They got over 100-something trucks, so they're spending a lot of money, man. They're spending a lot of money. So I said I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna focus on what I do got. Cause sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I done quit a lot of companies, man, made a lot of mistakes, and then I walked into another mess. Especially with these foreign companies. I done quit decent as I was gonna get. Well, I should have stayed with that company. Then you walk into another company, you don't realize how fucked up they are till like a few weeks into the game. That's the bad thing about these foreign companies. You don't realize, like, oh shit, damn, you should have stayed with that last company. You're really not gonna know that till like a month in. Like I said, I still recommend Megatrans and Advance, because overall I did make good money, but they strict about their logs, and the negative of, like I said, what about live loads? It depends on what type of loads you get. Most of the time, in my opinion, you only spend 8 hours. Once they start having you run every day, especially Monday through Friday, at least Monday through Friday. I may be wrong, but I feel like Monday through Friday, when everything is live load, you can only spend 8 hours in a sleeper. You got to get up, start driving. Because you spend so many time waiting at docks. I know it. That's overall. That's what I would say. 80% of the time, you can only spend 8 hours. You got to get up, start driving. And that's what pretty much all the companies I had where everything is live load. That's why I personally feel, at least Monday through Friday, maybe on the weekend, if you get a little more extra time, a little more longer, a little more time on the load, it just depends. But, I'm gonna make it. I have to make it do what this do. I wish I had more options, but man, I don't, bro. Somebody posted in the comments that seemed like you doing the same thing over and over again. Man, I wouldn't be doing the same. If I had better options, bro, I wouldn't, bro. Shit, you should have bought. I should have bought a newer car and just start back up. I should have bought a newer car and seeing how much money I could make Uber, man. Yeah. I mean, the positive. This money is more money than Uber. At least from my experience. From my experience with Uber, this trucking money is more money than Uber. Definitely. Long as company don't have a shitty escrow, long as company don't have these fucking dumb escrows, that should piss me the fuck off, man. I was kind of happy that company ain't hired me because they got a fucking $300 escrow, man. That pisses me off. When companies got that, man, it's just, I see why people get out the trucking business, man. I see once you get into an accident. Like I said, that former driver, he said, man, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about all your years you went without accident. Let's say you went 8 years, no accident. Then on year 9, something happened and you get into an accident. Or something happened, whatever happens, right? And so the company now, nobody's going to hire you because you did something or whatever that's on your record. That's just fuck, man. That's the only thing I would say about trucking. You can get your CDL within a few weeks. All you need like 6 months to a year for some companies. And you're ready to rock and roll. But you can easily become blacklisted, and that 5 to 10 years don't mean shit. So, when I go to new companies, every time I go to new companies, so I realize you gotta like, man, what type of equipment do they got? What type of equipment do they got? That's the most important thing, bro. I swear to God. I'm happy. At least I got a new truck. At least shit. I fuck with this, man. Only other person that gave me a new truck was Hirschback. Hirschback gave me a new truck. Somebody else gave me a new truck. I think with underneath 100K miles on it. Hirschback gave me a new truck similar to this. It had like 1,000 miles on it. So, yeah, I didn't realize that the new trucks come with that shit till I got one. I didn't realize the new trucks, that's what that thing is for, because you got temporary tags. I know what that's for. I've seen them in people's windows. Because my tags only last 30 days. So, this company don't got an escrow, but this company is OTR. So. They did have a guaranteed pay, but I don't even want to talk about that with this company. Let's just wait and see how it goes, bro. Let's wait and see how it goes, man. Shit, man. Let's just wait and see, man. Let's just wait and see. I'm disappointed. I came way there. I bought a cheap Greyhound to get to this company in Chicago. And then I get all the way there. They said they wasn't going to hire me. I'm like, you sons of bitches. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, all right. I get way there. Then you say you ain't going to fucking hire me. It's all right. This company I had already did a drug test for anyway. This company I'm working now had already did a drug test for them. When did I do a drug test? Back home. I'd already did a drug test. I did a drug test for them about a week ago. So, I mean, it always can be roast. I mean, you got to think about in your life, shit can always be roast. I would rather finagle this. I would rather finagle this for now, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the best home time, but man, I'll just finagle this. Shit. I wish, but I'll be thankful for what I do got. Sometimes in life, I do, that's what I will say, Sometimes in life, we don't be thankful for what we do got. Now, I'll admit that, man. Sometimes we don't be thankful for what we do got. I'm gonna say that. Nobody else said it. Just because you got a truck and just because you got a CDL don't mean you got options, okay? A lot of people quit and just don't even want to talk about it. I think some people probably quit, become an Uber, maybe get into an accident or something. I feel bad for that. It's two drivers recently that I feel bad for. It's one driver on Bonehead Trucking. I think it was Bonehead Trucking. He got a $2,000 ticket for going in this mountain area. Dude, a $2,000 ticket? Shit, that's a lot of fucking money. We don't make that type of money, bro. Fuck. That's a shit ton of money. I'm sorry. Damn, y'all like we make $2,000 a week. Damn, hell no. Okay, and then another guy, and that was on Bonehead Trucker, the guy that got that went in this mountain area, a foreigner. Why would you go in the mountain area? Why? Then you want to hear something funny too? A DoorDasher right here in Chicago area. A DoorDasher went in the O'Hare area. They went where the planes was at. A DoorDasher. A guy delivering DoorDash went inside O'Hare where the planes landed. An unauthorized car was there. A DoorDasher. What do you mean? Yeah, it was on the news. This was on the news here in the Chicago area. I saw it. This is on my new Facebook feed. Because Facebook is getting so advanced, even in your area, they will show you news in your area. I saw it was a DoorDasher at O'Hare Airport. He was where the planes was at. His car was where the planes was at. That's crazy, bro. It's people that work at the airport. Their car ain't never been where the planes come at because that area is unauthorized. Hello. It was a foreigner. You know it was a foreigner, bro. I saw the news. They had about 10 police cars followed that Uber driver. Man, he got a fat ticket, bro. He got a fat ticket and he probably got deactivated. And it's probably somebody that don't speak English because they're terrible. Then on Richie Rich, I forgot the Richie Rich channel. It was a driver that got a boot for $3,000. I'm like, I forgot the name of the guy. The guy that got a boot for $3,000. I heard it out. I've heard of this guy. I forgot because I follow him too. I just don't know his channel name. He got a $3,000 boot. It's fucking crazy. We don't make this type of money to pay $3,000 boots and $2,000 tickets. I mean, damn. Fuck. That's crazy. Richie Rich said it best. He said people think truckers make a lot of money. Bro, like, I don't know. Maybe back in the day, everybody made $2,000-$3,000 a week. I don't know, but no, you only way you make that money, you getting a lot of miles. This shit's terrible, bro. Terrible.